Good morning, everybody. Welcome back again. This is my tarot reading for Taurus for the week of September 15th through the 22nd. And I'm Kat. This is Tarot with Kat. Welcome back. Fairly new channel. I just opened up this month. Been doing tarot readings for decades. So Taurus, let's get your reading started for this week. I am using the Smith Waite deck that has the artist name, Pamela Coleman Smith's name on the deck. It's their 100th centennial celebration of the traditional Rider-Waite deck. I have other videos on my channel that talk a little bit more about her and her life and her art, which is fascinating. So do check them out. And that's you, Taurus, this week. So there's your card that's our querent this week, and we've got beautiful card to get this week, 10 of Cups, Taurus. So you're coming up as a 10 of Cups. Crossing you this week, out pops a piece of artwork. I'll try to put a picture of this close up for you guys in the video before I post, but this is one of Pamela Coleman Smith's other pieces of art. And the cool thing about the Centennial deck is there's a couple of extra cards that aren't meant to be part of the reading. They're just examples of her other artwork that sometimes pop out for you. So there you go, Taurus. The first time this lady ever popped out on a reading for me, I thought it was the Empress. She wears a similar gown and the colors are similar. And upon closer inspection, I thought, nope, that is not part of the deck. And so I thought that was pretty cool. We'll just set her aside right there. So crossing you this week, Taurus, you've got Judgment. Down here in your subconscious tool shed working for you, you've got a King of Pentacles here. In your immediate past this week, Taurus, you've got the Strength card. Crowning you up here as your ideal, we've got the Moon. Interesting. Look at all these major cards, 3 major arcana already. Going into the immediate future, I'm seeing a 6 of Swords for you. Down here in your environment this week, you are feeling the Queen of Cups. You got Queen of Cups energy going on. Your environment itself is going to hand you a 7 of Wands. In your hopes and fears, we've got a 5 of Pentacles. And then in the final outcome for the week, we're seeing the Death card. All right. Very interesting spread this week, Taurus. I also like to pull out a clarification card over here, and I keep it under my little universe in a pyramid. This thing is super cool. It's hard to show on camera. It's very neat. Gift from my son. This is another traditional Rider-Waite deck, but it's holographic. And I use this to just choose one. And lately, I have been listening to and hearing theories around holographic theory and how that has to do with the universe and tarot. It's fascinating. When I learn more and can speak more competently about it, I'll talk more about it in my videos. I'm just barely learning about that, but I think it's interesting. And I love these holographic cards. And that is our clarification card for your reading this week, Taurus. So I'm going to put that one card right there, face down. We won't show it until the very end. And at the end of our reading, it'll give us further information or confirmation or clarification about our reading here that we're doing. If at any time during the reading, Taurus, you think you might know what this card is, if this is like ringing true to you, really relating to situations that are going on in your life right now, and you have a guess and you want to put a guess of what you think the confirmation card is, down in the comment section below, please do. Also, remember right now, hit that like button down there. It really helps me a lot. And think about subscribing, hitting the subscribe button so that you get this reminder up on your feed every week to check in for your next tarot reading from Tarot with Kat. All right, so here we go, Taurus. You this week are a 10 of Cups. You are feeling this week you are represented by abundance, joy, happiness, infinite happiness, abundant happiness, this is not an ending by any means or a limit. It's infinite happiness and joy is representing you, Taurus, which is wonderful. But you have crossing you this week as your challenge, obstacle, or sometimes I consider it an awareness, something you need to be aware of, you've got a judgment card, the judgment card, it's our second to the last major arcana, number 20. It's what everybody has to go through in order to reach the final end, reach that final goal. We all have to come to Jesus moments, if you want to use that expression, or come to God moments where we just lay things bare and lay things open and take a really honest look at everything and judge it and get rid of what is not serving us, so that we can move up and level up and achieve and get this infinite happiness stuff. So blocking you with this achieving and having this infinite happiness and fulfillment, you've got some judgment that has to happen or is happening this week, one of the two. And so down here in your, I call it the subconscious toolbox or tool shed. It's the things that you have in your life that have become a part of your foundation, part of you. You're bringing it into the situation. And it's a King of Pentacles. It's a good card. So the Pentacles have to do with earth and finances and material well-being. And a King of Pentacles is very much in control and in power and in charge of these things. So I don't know if you are that King of Pentacles, or you come from a background or an environment where you have a King of Pentacles in your environment that have given you that King of Pentacles mentality and ability. Not just a mentality, but ability, because kings have mastered. Kings have mastered everything, and they're in power and charge and in control of all these things. And they've mastered their career. They're generally the ones in their job and career they're the boss. They've reached the top. They're the guru. They're the financially. In your immediate past, Taurus, this week, you're coming out of the Strength card. So in the immediate past, you've been having to exhibit some strength, and it's not strength it's not brute strength. This lady is not taming this lion by chaining him or whip. She has no whip in her hand. She's just gently and lovingly getting him to open his mouth for her by her sheer strength of will. So this card has a lot to do with willpower. You've been having to use a lot of strength and willpower in the immediate past, Taurus. Crowning you this week is the Moon. The Moon card, another major arcana, another one really toward the end of our Fool's journey, and there is no end. I say the end, but you must know that there is no end on the Fool's journey, that everything always recycles. We'll level up, and then once we level up, guess what? We're on a whole new plane where we get to go through the whole journey again. And it's an ongoing process of development and discovery and yeah. And so crowning you is this Moon card, and this Moon card is a card of paths unknown, secrecy, hidden things, not knowing the way. Because it's appearing here in your ideal above you, crowning you this week, Taurus, I'm feeling like this is going to be a call for you to be more intuitive, to listen to your intuition and follow your intuition. There will be things, maybe paths that you don't know which way to go, or things coming in that you discover that you were previously unaware of. But I think it's important that means that you have to keep following your intuition and moving forward, and you will get to what you want and where you need to be this week. Moving into the immediate future, at the end of the week this week, you have a Six of Swords. Sixers are good cards. They're cards of, they're a more balanced card. They're a card of getting through things, definitely getting across to the other side to safety with this Six of Swords. You've been through some stuff. You've been through some battles and things, and it hasn't been easy, but you're getting across. And you have people with you. You've got that ferryman, you've got that small child, so you've got people around you and with you that are helping ferry you across to the safe side. Granted, you've got all these swords, so you're still feeling it. It's almost like it's like baggage that you carry across with you. And sometimes we wish we had that feeling like we're working toward finding more of a feeling of peace instead of carrying all the swords with us all the time. But at least I think with the Six of Swords, it signifies getting through it and getting across and over to something better. So you this week, in your environment, you are going to be feeling the energy of the Queen of Cups. And so the tarot is non-gender. So a queen, if this is you, it doesn't mean, you may be male or identify as male, but just this week having a lot of Queen of Cups energy. And what that means, the Queen of Cups is in charge of her emotions. She's very loving, very demonstrative in a demonstrative of her love in a motherly, caring, nurturing kind of way. She's the nurturer, but she's in control of her emotions. She's giving of her emotions, but she's also in charge of her emotions, and she's not the one who has her emotions easily played with, because she's been through that and she's learned from that. So so you are feeling like a Queen of Cups this week, Taurus. Your environment this week has a Seven of Wands, and wands are fire. They always represent work to be done, work, jobs, and you're going to have a lot of tasks. You're going to have a lot of things that you're battling and kind of dealing with, but no big deal, because you are above it all. If you look, he's up there fighting all these things down, kind of feeling a little bit attacked from all directions. And I feel like this week you're going to be dealing with some of that. So be prepared, and you're going to, and just when you face something like this, when you know something like this is coming, it's wonderful because you can set your intention. I learned a long time ago what setting your intention means, and it's such a powerful tool. When you know you're going to go in a situation and there's something that you're working on, to take a minute to just stop, close your eyes, breathe, meditate, and set your intention moving forward. Hugely powerful. I do it as a school teacher now. It's something I learned to do when I'm getting a call, and when I know I'm getting a call that might be a difficult person to deal with, a difficult parent, or so, who knows, something like that, or challenging, or I'm concerned about what, I pick up the phone and I realize that's what it is. I immediately have gotten in a habit of right when I say hello and before we launch into conversation, I ask them, I said, excuse me for 1 minute, can I put you on hold? I put them on hold, and I take just a brief 30 seconds to breathe and set my intention for the phone call. And then I answer the phone call, and it always goes so well. It really helps. I love that. I do that all the time now, including setting intentions for all other kinds of situations. I set my intention at night for the following day. I set my intention for the day when I wake up. So do set some intentions when you're dealing with all these battles that are coming at you from everywhere. In your hopes and fears spot, Taurus, this week, you're fearing, I believe, the Five of Pentacles. So Five of Pentacles is a card of feeling left out in the cold. Maybe, and Pentacles have to do with finances, career, material goods. So perhaps things are going on at work and projects are going down and you're not getting the credit that's due you. Or maybe you didn't get the raise that you deserve. Or maybe, maybe your job got, eliminated. Who knows? But you fear maybe losing and feeling like you've been left out. This isn't your hopes and fears. So this is a fear. It's not a reality or anything. It's what you're fearing, is feeling left out in the cold. But it's important to remember that even when you feel left out in the cold, which we all sometimes do, notice in the card that there's people with you, and that you're not alone. And it's really important to remember that, and that you will, find your way through it if you turn to the people around you who are there to support and love and help you. And that's your fear in your situation this week with whatever you're dealing with, Taurus. The final outcome this week, and I love this scary card that usually scares everybody, and it's the Death card. It's the Death card, but I have learned to really, 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 really love the Death card. And in my opinion, it's not nearly the scariest card in the tarot. It's not the darkest card in the tarot. There's hardly any black on the Death card, actually. Color is very important in tarot, by the way. Colors relate to certain certain factors and things in Kabbalah, numerology, and all of that. And so I'm looking. I always notice the colors in a spread. If any one color is like super standing out, but there's hardly any black on the death card. The Tower card is almost all black. The Devil card, very dark. The Devil's a lot scarier, and the Tower's a lot scarier. The Death card is not scary at all. Little bit of black, white horse, white for purity. It's got this sunrise in the horizon, headed off into a new day, a new beginning, a rebirth. And that's why I actually love the Death card, because it means something brand new is coming. We've put an end to, and oh, by the way, death hardly ever means an actual physical death. Sometimes it does. And if you're dealing with that, sometimes death is death, a physical death. But usually it's a death of major things in your life that have ended and have gone away, and you have to, you're starting fresh and starting new. Maybe it's the end of a marriage, or a philosophy you've had your whole life. Say you grew up one way politically in a household, and then all of a sudden you're learning stuff, and all of a sudden you're like, you know what? Wow. And you shift your whole, and maybe it's the death of that whole belief system. Often it's a whole belief system that you throw out and change for something new and something better when you get more knowledge and information. So that's your ideal. There's some big change coming. You're going to be saying goodbye to something. Ultimately, this is your final outcome, Taurus, and it's a great outcome. A lot of it matters how you approach it. That's shown in the Death card as well. There's all these different characters looking at death. There's a child who's kind of smiling and quizzically at him. There's the priest who's begging, who's pleading with death. There's I think there's a woman lamenting on the ground. So they're all approaching death with a different attitude and perspective and outlook, and that's huge for you. So that's a huge bit of advice for you, Taurus, with this Death card, is with what you've got going on here. You're feeling super abundant. You're feeling really good, overjoyed. You're getting crossed by judgment. You're having to look at things in your life with those judgment scales and judging them for, now you're not serving me. Yes, this serves me, and letting go of what doesn't serve you. You've got a lot of strength, financial strength and abilities and stuff behind you in your tool shed from your life and past lives. You've got your strength card in your immediate past that you're coming out of, having had some strength, or having had to use some strength of will and strength of just personality and heart. Your crowning you is the Moon card. Crowning you is this card of unknown paths and secrets and secret ways, and telling you to listen to your intuition, follow your gut, listen to your intuition. In the near future, you're going to be getting ferried over. You're going to be crossing through whatever the issues are that you've been battling and dealing with, and you'll have people there around you to assist you and to help you and to come in with offers and ideas that will help you in that journey. You will be feeling like a Queen of Cups, in power and control of your emotions, but also, very caring, giving, nurturing as well of others around you with your emotions. Also very intuitive, good, associated with full water. Cups are water, and there's water all over the card, which is also associated with listening to your intuition. Your environment is during the week, is going to give you some struggles and battles, but you're above it. You're going to handle it. You'll get through it. That ain't no thing. Even though you fear the Five of Pentacles, you fear, I'm gonna get left out in the cold. You're not going to get left out in the cold. You might, there will be a death to something, some big change, and so many people this month, in the month of September. There are many powerful things going on in the solar system right now. Many planets in retrograde that are just kind of holding still. Pluto's outside of its orbit, which doesn't happen hasn't happened in a few hundred years, I think. And it's forming these portals, this portal and these energies. Oh, the two eclipses that we got going on. There's powerful stuff, astrologically speaking. And all of these cards do have a deep connection to astrology too. They were designed that way. They were drawn that way by the artist. A lot of powerful stuff. And so I'm getting the Death card, the Tower card, The Death or the Tower card in almost every reading, I kid you not, this month, during the month of September. All right, Taurus. Excuse me. Let's check out your confirmation card, Taurus. I wonder what this could be. Interesting. I think it's just going to be maybe a card confirming that, yes, what all that we are reading is on tracks. Maybe you, Taurus, listening right now as I've been saying this, can think of the exact situation in your life that this is applying to. So you know what this card is. I'm speaking to many Tauruses who are going to hit. This is going to land differently with some of them. So let's see what it is. And we've got the Hierophant. This makes total sense. The Hierophant is the fifth major arcana. The Hierophant goes a lot along with this fear, with the Five of Pentacles. Fives are always cards of kind of off balance, cards of loss sometimes. A Hierophant is a religious person. They're in charge. They are the ones who are like the Pharisees, the Sadducees. That's what a Hierophant is. So this card has to do with society, your social groups, your church group, and that's very important. Remember that we're all connected. It's very hard sometimes to remember how connected we all are, but this is a very important card, even though it's difficult for some people because it involves having to be under judgment from other people. When you're part of a group, a social group, who's functioning together in order to achieve more than you can alone, it's difficult. You have to be willing to, judge each other and be willing to open yourself up to criticism and to, all of that when it comes to working together. And so you have a lot of cards here that are indicating that you should be aware of how important the social is, I think, in your life right now. You've got the people with you when you're feeling that Five of Pentacles. You've got the ferryman and the child with you when they're ferrying you across to the other side. So Taurus, I feel like this week, your people around you, whatever it is, whether you go to church or synagogue or temple or mosque, it's going to be important. Those social groups are going to be important for you. So that is your reading for this week, Taurus, for the week of September 15th through the 22nd. Please hit that subscribe button right now so this reminder comes up in your feed. I hope to hear from you guys in the comments. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you soon, Taurus.